All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We've got another World Series game. Game 5, Dodgers-Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Jack Flaherty going up against Garrett Cole. Very interesting game last night. You could tell Dave Roberts was playing chess, man. He was playing for the long game through very low-impact arms and just said, hey, you guys throw out all your bullpen arms and we'll save ours. So a pretty high IQ play there. They only had to use Honeywell, Kasperius, Hudson. I mean, it was magnificently played, to be honest. We're going to talk about the bullpen arms. We'll go through that. Umpiring, still an issue, man. Umpire last night missed 15 calls, had a 90% accuracy rating. If that were during the regular season and we put that up against the other 90 umpires, he would rank 88th. I mean, this is problematic. Hopefully they address this moving forward. Man, it's just a shame. We shouldn't have the umpiring play such a huge issue or such a huge impact in a World Series. So I can't stand it. All right, anyway, I'm going to get off my horse there. So it should be a very interesting game. We're going to unpack it all. We're going to talk about it here. So let's start with the pitching report park factors. You guys can screenshot this, maybe make a bet out of this. We can see first time that we get the wind blowing out here at Yankee Stadium. Now you got to remember, you got a short porch in left and right field, and you've got two fly ball pitchers. Garrett Cole, 61% of his outs come via the fly ball. Jack Flaherty, about the same, 60.5, pretty similar. So two fly ball pitchers. This is going to be the warmest day we've seen. So we've got a much warmer day, and we got the wind blowing out. We got an over-under of 8. So I like the over today. I like it a lot. But let's talk about this bullpen. So we've got kind of a tale of two bullpens here. Yankees bullpen, they are heavily taxed. We look at Mark Leiter. He has gone 4 of the last 5 days. I'm sorry, 3 of the last 4. We look at Luke Weaver. He has gone 3 of the last 5. We look at Clay Holmes. He's gone 3 of the last 4. Tim Hill has gone 3 of the last 4. Cousins has gone 3 of the last 5. And then it gets a little bit better, but still, your main arms are they're very taxed, very, very taxed. Had the Yankees not gotten those insurance runs, got the 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning last night, Luke Weaver was going to come in and set a World Series record going 2 1/3 innings to get a save. So he probably would have gone 30-plus pitches yesterday. Now, on the flip side, like we talked about, the Dodgers did a masterful job in using these low-impact arms, right? Brent Honeywell, I mean, they could care less. If he throws again, he did his job. Same with Kasperius. Hudson didn't look great. He's gone back-to-back days, so we probably won't see him. But you've got your main arms. You got Kopech, you've got Banda, you got Vesia, and you got Trinan. So they are in a fantastic position from a bullpen standpoint here. Huge advantage to them. Can't say that enough. They are in a very great spot here. All right, let's talk a little bit about this game. So these two guys squared up in game 1. And in that game, Flaherty went 5.1 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, struck out 6, gave up a home run through 90 pitches. Now, on the other side, Garrett Cole went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 4 on 88 pitches. So what is this going to look like tonight? So I kind of had to go back and look at the game, just kind of remind myself kind of how they threw. A couple of things I saw from both pitchers. Now, from Garrett Cole's side, he left his fastball up a decent amount. Probably should have got hit very hard. He was trying to go low with it and left it middle or just slightly above middle of the zone. That's a no-no. It's a bad spot. Now, on the other side for Flaherty, he was hanging his breaking stuff too much. There were sliders and curveballs that were hung. I mean, just properly hung. Probably 6 or 7 of them. But the Yankees did not make them pay. They didn't hit them. So could that be the case today? Yeah. I get a little nervous about Flaherty. If we go back to the Mets game where he threw really well the first time and then they saw him again, we saw him struggle with command. His spin rate was down. Everything just looked fractionally off. He was struggling to throw strikes. He was opening his front shoulder, going up and away on everything. So that makes me a little nervous. But in the same stride, I can't stand the way Aaron Boone manages Garrett Cole from a pitching standpoint. He just leaves him out there way too long, right? He doesn't even think about taking him out until he gets in serious trouble. So it bodes well for the Dodgers. Like I said, we got to take into account you've got 2 fly ball pitchers, wind blowing out. It's going to be the warmest day of the series. It's going to be about 66 at game time. Comparatively, it's been, mid-low 50s. So this is going to feel fantastic for the players. but should also equate to more runs. Now, the only thing that scares me about this over 8 is just that the Dodgers have so many arms to use today. It does scare me. The only way I can see the Yankees winning is if they get to Flaherty early, which the books thinks it's going to happen. The Yankees are heavily favored to win this game. I mean, it's the same exact line from yesterday, minus 148 for the Yankees, plus 124 for the Dodgers. I just think the Dodgers are in a much, much better position. Now, what does scare me is you did give Aaron Judge a little momentum. This guy has been struggling, and we did see Judge get a hit last night. Swing did look a lot better. He also got walked. I believe he got hit by a pitch too. So there's that. But I don't like that you gave him a little momentum. So we'll have to see how that pans out here. In terms of pitch mix, honestly, both teams hit the fastball really well. Both pitchers primarily throw the fastballs. Flaherty throws it 44% of the time. Garrett Cole's about 45%. And then they both throw, their off speed. So for Flaherty, it's going to be the slider and the curveball, which combine those two, he throws those about 50% of the time. And for Garrett Cole, it is a curveball cutter slider mix. So both of these guys are, 3-4 pitch pitchers. So Flaherty's basically a 3-pitch pitcher. Cole is a 4-pitch. Both throw a changeup and a sinker about 5% of the time combined, so we won't see a lot of those. So the key for success for Flaherty, we've seen it. If you can go down and away to this Yankees lineup, they're struggling. The entire team has really struggled with down and away. So as long as he's able to hit his spots, I think he has an okay night. Like I said, just concerned he hangs some of those breaking pitches that he throws 50% of the time. So that does scare me just a little bit. But this Dodgers lineup, I just don't. I love them against Cole tonight. Just more of a gut feeling. But we'll talk about where I'm at with best bets. So best bets for today. What I like is Dodgers team total over 3.5. They've just been hitting the snot out of the ball. I don't think Garrett Cole is going to come in here and just absolutely shut them down. Even if he does, right? You've got a very taxed Yankees bullpen that we've talked about ad nauseum. So I do think there's runs there off that bullpen tonight. Dodgers first 5 over 1.5, just too good a value, man. Dodgers hit a 2-run home run or 2 solo home runs through 5 innings. I just love it. So give me that minus 120. Mookie Betts over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 135. I think he has a good day. I like Shohei today. But that line's 2.5, so that's a little too juiced in my opinion. Once again, the books are very juiced on Aaron Judge having a day, so if you want to look at that, kind of an outside bet I like. Max Muncy. I just feel Max is due. He has not had a great World Series. I could definitely see him coming out of a slump today. You can look at Freddie Freeman. Is Freddie Freeman over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 115? I just don't want to go back to that well. It's one of those, he's hit 5 straight home runs, and I don't want to mess around with it. Or I should say 5 games with a home run. So I'm just going to stay off of that. And then I like the over 8 runs. Like I said, the only thing that scares me is this Dodgers bullpen's in a great position. So it does make me a little nervous, but we got the wind blowing out, good weather, short porch to left and right. There should be home runs. I've got this projected for 3 home runs tonight. So if we can get a couple of guys on base, they could go over that just off the home runs. All right, one parlay I like today. It's going to be Garrett Cole under 5.5 Ks. There is 0 chance this stays at 5.5 Ks. This should be 4.5 all day. It's already 4.5 on a couple of books, but you can get it on 5.5 on like DraftKings, FanDuel. There's no way it stays there. And then Dodgers team total over 2.5. Pair those together, you get plus 108. So that is going to do it for my picks, props, and predictions for Game 5 of the World Series. If you haven't yet, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot as we continue to grow. And then comment down below with your favorite plays today that maybe the community can tail. And I'll catch you in the next video, which will be the NBA video that'll be coming out here shortly.